Uh, uh, Good afternoon. So today I'm going to be walking you through an automation flow whereby it communicates with the Google Gemini AI, and so basically the workflow is to ingest a, some support details, some support documents, whereby once that document is saved into the Pinecone vector store, we can be able to use that support document and use based on the knowledge base support document that was stored in the vector store. We're going to use that to uh, communicate some response back to the support email that was sent to the company. So here we have the first flow, which is more of the load data flow. So here we are loading data to the Google Drive and pick it from Google Drive. We save it to the Python vector store. Python vector store communicates with the embedded Google Gemini. So basically, it's going to be the one to embed this document into the store. And here we have our data loader. So that would be so that's for that. Then we have the second flow. We have the second flow, which is the email trigger. So here we are listening to email trigger. So when an email is, let's say, a particular client decided to ask a question, so once they send that email, so we are going to this workflow is going to pick it up, get the message. Here we are selecting the necessary fields so that we don't just bombard our data. We want to clean it to make it more organized, and we are accepting the subject, the snippet, the form, the thread, and all that details. Here our AI agent. Here our AI agent. Here we have the customer email subject and the customer email body. So what the customer submitted. So and here we have our our review, our AI prompt. So here we are saying that you are supporting drafting assistant for counseling wise. Use only retrieve knowledge from the counseling base. Do not invent policies. If the answer is unclear, missing the knowledge, draft a caution response and leave room for human review. So here we are returning a valid JSON. This is a draft subject, draft body, confidence to say, okay, this particular details that was being generated by email. Let's say if you have 0.8, that means it needs review. If you have 1, that means it does not need human review. So here now I have a parameter called needs human review. So if it's true, that means human review is needed. But if it does not, then they can still be human review, but does not totally guarantee. It doesn't, like, it's not necessary. If this particular needs human review is false, once it's false, that means that particular draft is okay and good to go, but can still be reviewed by the company. So after that, um, so we have our Google Gemini chat model. That's so inside Google Chat, we are using Gemini 2.5 flash and zero point 0.2 sampling temperature. Then I want to use Redis, so for fast, because I see that Redis memory is an in-memory database. Basically, store your data, and it's more faster in storing data. So I use that to store my data, and for each email I'm using, because we have different email from different customer user. So I use the Gmail thread. This is just to distinguish between different email that comes in. So because you can have that same email sending multiple questions, and after that we are getting our data from the Python store, and from there we embed it to the Gemini, which so once the Gemini does the process, it we then move to the output parser. This output parser gives us the structured output that we are expecting. So that structured output is what we now send to the to the email draft. So once it's sent to the email draft, then here we can decide to add a Slack. So if we add a Slack, we can decide to send a message to the Slack channel to be able to alert the customer support team for them to be able to review this particular email, and that is the flow. So I'm going to run this now. So I deactivate this. I'm going to run this, and so when I say execute workflow, so okay, so it has executed, and if we go to our icon, so we have our store here. So let me go back, and so we've been able to do that. So let me just refresh. Let me send an email. See, sent email. So let me just use this. Let me just use this. So I want to compose that. I want to send to email to support. So we click on send. So once we click on send, I want to deactivate this and then activate this. So once we activate, we will see let me add. So we execute it again. It's executing. Let's see. Switch to the Gemini, and it's sent. So once we go to our, so if we go to our email, so this is the email. It's currently in draft, so that's why you're seeing it. It's in draft. So I think, sorry, can I get a billion? I think it's missed something. So if you go to our draft, sorry, to open the draft, still opening the, so this is the sent this thing. So our support team is going to go to their drafts because they've gotten the email. If you see now, this is our draft. This is the reply from, if we check here, it says, dear customer, you can update your billing details securely through billing link that will be provided to you by our support team. So if we go to our draft, you can see this is the message. So once they review this, they can send it back to that email that sent that particular question. So that's for this first task, and thank you. Bye.